All right, Jeff Zimmerman here with the former super featherweight champion of the world, JoJo Diaz, and his trainer, two-time world champion Paulie Ayala. How you guys doing?
Doing well, man. Doing well. We got a fight coming up this Saturday against Regis Prograis. Me and Paulie, we've been training together for about 6, 7 months now, and feeling really good, man. Feeling very confident, and we're ready to go out there and perform at my best come Saturday night.
Yeah, man, this fight kind of flew under the radar. I interviewed Kenneth Sims recently, going back home, the main event against Oscar Duarte in Chicago, and then I think maybe I ran into Paulie at the Frisco fight here and mentioned you guys were fighting on this card. How did that all come about?
Yeah, I mean it was a blessing, man. I thank God for giving me this opportunity, man. I've been praying for a moment like this for me to showcase again for all my fans and for everybody just that believes in me. I feel like I was at a point in my life where I was at the top and I want to get back there, man. And I feel like this is the opportunity that God is providing for myself. So I just been grinding, man. Just been focused. I've just been having the faith, believing, knowing that if I keep on doing everything right, good things are gonna happen. And me and Paulie, we ended up getting a fight, a tuna fight in Tijuana, and we got that dub. Everything went well, and then we started training again right after that. And 2 weeks after, man, they ended up calling us, man, and saying that they had an opportunity for us to be fighting against Regis Prograis, and I was already in shape. We already were coming off of a 6, 7 week training camp against that Mexican dude, so we're just adding on to the momentum, and I was just like, man, let's do it, let's take it. So here we are, man. Here we are. It's a couple days away, but we're already about like what 12 weeks into the training camp.
Yeah, give or take. Yeah.
Yeah, like a 12-week training camp. So everything just went as planned, man. That's why I'm just very, very thankful that God has given me this opportunity to do things right for myself, for my career, for my family, and for people just that are going through hard times. They could see brighter days if they keep on believing.
Well, I got to ask the question because I know Paulie doesn't have anything going on, in boxing. He's got his gym, he's got therapy boxing, got punching out Parkinson's. He's got a pretty full plate. How did this boxing marriage come together?
Go, Polly.
It's funny how it did come together. I started training one personal client, and he had told me that he had a business in California, and he did some training over there with a friend of JoJo's, and that he met JoJo and he knew JoJo, and I'm like, okay, cool, and then next thing you know, uh, after I train him, he heads out for a little bit and he comes back and he's like, hey, you know what? Would you be interested in training JoJo? And that was back in January or New Year's. He asked me New Year's if I'd be interested. And I said, well, shoot, you know what? Let's just see, if we could, if we could work it out and see how we work together. And he came and he sparred, and he had sparred Eddie Vasquez at that time, and you know, I seen some things that I feel that I could work with him and help him do better. And so we just it kind of just fell in right after that. I mean, it wasn't like, hey, this is what we're gonna do. We just kept working. And of course, Letty, she was like, so what's going on? What are y'all doing? I said, I think we're getting ready for a fight. And then we started from there.
The SoCal kid, I mean, I've seen the videos online, JoJo, and I've known Paulie and Letty for a long time, as I mentioned, but I hadn't been to the gym in a while. But I've seen you out here. I'm from California. I'm from SoCal. Not many SoCal kids end up in Fort Worth. Now, is that your home now, or what's the deal?
Yeah, this is where I reside at now, man. I stay out in Texas. I'm becoming a cowboy, uh, but everything is good, man. I just ended up signing with my manager, Baker, and we sat down together and we knew that it was best for me to just stay out of LA. I feel like my hometown and just me being in LA. I grew up in LA, man. I just get in too much trouble out there, man. I know too much people. I have too much access to a lot of things. So it's easy for me to just, run into temptation. So I knew that now that I got two kids, now that I'm getting older, now that I had to provide for my kids and for my wife. I knew that I had to make a change, so we ended up deciding to, reside out in Texas, and be isolated from everything and just focus on my training, man, and focus on, this last opportunity. I feel like I have all the potential in the road, just the little distractions that were getting to me, and now that I cut all that out, everything is just flowing now, man, and that's why I'm just very, very thankful that God has given me this opportunity again to be under those bright lights and perform at the highest stage again.
Now, Paulie, obviously former world champion, you're not just going to any gym, you're going to the Fort Worth legend for that matter. But him being a southpaw, you being a southpaw, how much did that weigh into your decision? Or does that
Oh,
matter when you're a fighter?
yeah, I mean, for to me, it mattered because I knew that Paulie, I seen some of his old clips, man, and I seen how aggressive he was, and I was like, man, I need to get back to that. Like, I need to become aggressive, and once I get that aggression and stuff like that, I could pick my shots and be effective and stuff like that. But I have to have the output like Paulie. So I was talking to my manager, and he was like, man, I know Paulie Ayala, dude, like. I could start training you with him and stuff like that. We could make everything work out. And I was like, all right, let's do it. Came over here, man, and Paulie's a hell of a guy, dude. I'm very, very thankful that we made this decision because we have a really, really great team. Everybody is just all structured, and we're just strictly business.
How many times did you watch Paulie Ayala beating Johnny Tapia?
About 30 times.
Hopefully, Paulie will get that Hall of Fame call one of these days. I mean, to beat Johnny Tapia, a legend like that, twice.
Yes. Oh man, now he's gonna be one of the trainer of the years.
So,
Well,
Paulie, you, you mentioned kind of watching JoJo. You obviously got a fight under your belt. You mentioned that you looked at him and said, "I think I can help him." What areas did you see that you can take your wisdom, your experience, and work with JoJo? Who he's not a young kid. I mean, JoJo, 32, but Olympian, former world champ. I mean, usually guys come in, they know everything at that point. But what did you see in JoJo that you saw you could help?
for one, he has a hell of a resume, so I wanted to just remind him of all the things that he knows how to do but hasn't been working on, and trying to get him to be a little bit more active in his punch count, and put a combinations together, use angles, be that guy that got him there. I mean, be the guy and start doing the things that got you in this place. So we're working on all that.
Yeah, and you know what, JoJo, too, you've gone through a tough stretch. If you just look at wins and losses, you'd be like, God, what is he doing still fighting? But it's not like you've been fighting, cab drivers. You're fighting guys that Zapata, you're fighting Devin Haney, who you're much smaller, but gave him a hell of a fight. People tend to forget. What keeps you motivated at 32, been to the mountaintop, and, kind of having this fresh start with Paulie?
My kids, man, my kids, my beautiful baby girl that I just had, and my beautiful baby boy. My kids are my motivation, and just knowing that I want to provide for them, and knowing that like I made a lot of mistakes, man. Like I always go back in my career, and I'm like, damn, like for the Cepeda fight and for all these fights, I wasn't even taking the sport serious, man. I was out partying, I was out living like a lavish lifestyle and stuff like that. If I really dedicated my life and did everything right, I have another shot. So I ended up, you know, just trusting and believing in God and praying to Him every single day. And He made this situation happen with me coming out in Texas, me working with Paulie Ayala, and then me getting this big fight again. So I know that all this is for a reason, and that's why I'm extremely motivated just to keep on going.
Now, you mentioned, Regis Prograis. He's obviously been a world champion himself. Kind of, at a crossroads, 36, a little bit older, but trains like, we know he's a dog out there. Um, how did the matchup with him? First off, what is the weight going to be? Is it 140 or what weight are we?
What do you think? What is it?
140, give or take. Yeah.
Okay.
So about
Okay.
140, 142, give or take.
What do you see in Regis? because that's a good name to propel you, to your next fights potentially.
Oh, absolutely. That's why I seen this opportunity, man, and it's on the zone. It's broadcasted on the zone co-main event, Golden Boy card. I knew that this was an opportunity I got to take advantage of. Yeah, Regis is a bigger guy and he fights and he's a strong hell of a competitor, man. But I see a lot of flaws in his game, man, and I know that 100% JoJo Diaz is a very dangerous JoJo Diaz, and I that's what I am right now, man. I'm gonna come in fighting at 100%, and I'm gonna execute my game plan and come out victorious come Saturday night.
What are the keys to victory, Paulie?
I mean, well, I mean, he just has to use his skills and be ahead and get his hand raised at the end.
You
uh,
both fought Devin Haney. Do you watch that fight to glean anything from it, or does that have any impact?
Yeah, I watched that fight, and then I also watched like Jack Catterall fight, fights that he was fighting lefties to see what he kind of does and tends to do and stuff like that. So, um, it's gonna be a good fight, man. Like I said, he's a big guy, but I'm feeling out at this weight. I'm feeling good, feeling strong, and I'm ready to go.
There's so much going on around your weight class, right? Whether it's 135, 140, 147, a lot of interchangeable guys, it seems like. First off, what did you think of Shakur's performance against Zepeda, a guy who's known for output, throwing a million punches around? What do you think of what Shakur did?
I think Shakur did an excellent job. He did what he had to do. He was blocking and countering and was staying active with Cepeda. Instead of letting Cepeda activity overwhelm him, he was still engaging during the overwhelming moments. Cepeda was trying to open up and stuff like that, and that's what caught him off guard, and he ended up coming out victorious, man. So he had a good game plan, and he's a hell of a fighter.
Now we don't know what's going to happen with. It looks like Tank and Roach. The rematch has been put on ice. Supposedly, we don't. Tank's going through some personal stuff. Outside the ring. But Shakur and Tank, is that the dream fight for that weight, those weights, the
Yeah,
lower
that,
weights?
that's that. Those are good fights, man. But I think Shakur Stevenson outboxes Tank. I don't think it would be like a slugfest or a bang or anything like that. I think he just outboxes him, outsmarts
What
him.
outsmarts them? What
Yeah.
about you, Paulie? What do you think about that fight?
uh, I mean, anything could happen. Tank's a big puncher, but I mean, it's he has to land something to hurt Shakur. So, uh, I think it'd be good for boxing, though. That's the main thing is keep making these fights that are going to help keep the sport thriving.
Yeah, it's a shame if that fight doesn't happen, but I've been hearing a lot of people think Tank has one. I think T Tim Bradley said it, like he's got 1 foot out of the ring already. Like he just wants these payday fights, like against a Jake Paul or something. But let's hope for boxing's sake. And we'll wrap up here in a minute here with JoJo Diaz, former super featherweight champion, and his trainer, Paulie Ayala, two-time world champion. Got a big fight coming up in Chicago on DAZN, co-main event. Um, Now, Devin Haney is kind of he's in an interesting situation, right? He fought you. I think you were probably the A side in that fight, JoJo, if I'm not mistaken, or pretty close when you guys fought, you and Devin. But he beat you and then kind of kept the wins going. We saw what happened against Ryan. We saw his last fight in Times Square. Now he's fighting a guy who knockout of the year, maybe to this point, Brian Norman. You've been in the ring with Devin. What are your thoughts there?
I think it's going to be a hell of a fight, man. I respect Evan Haney for taking the challenge, but I know that he sees something of a flaw in Brian Norman where he knows that he can execute, and I think come fight night, I think Devin Haney will outbox him and get his hand raised come fight night.
Holly, JoJo likes the boxers, man. How do you see that? To me, that's one of the most intriguing fights coming up this year.
I mean, it could go whoever's game plan get started. Whoever can start off their game plan and keep it, I think it's going to go that guy's route. Of course, I mean, I think Norman has a puncher's chance, and Haney though, I mean, he's got boxing skills, and I mean, that makes it another great matchup of a slugger and a boxer.
Yeah, it's intriguing for sure. And then we got another big one coming up in September. The super fight, I would say, Crawford Canelo, JoJo.
I think Canelo's gonna knock him out. I think Canelo's gonna knock him out.
Okay, so you pick Shakur and you pick Devin to outbox their guys, and now you're picking Canelo to knock out Crawford.
Yes, yes, I got that.
Tell me why.
I just think that Canelo is just gonna start catching him to the body, and he's gonna fake to the body and just catch him with a good shot on top, man, and put him to sleep. I just think that he's just too big, too strong, and he's gonna break him down. I've seen Terrence Crawford get dropped before in the past, man, with some smaller guys. So I don't know, man. It's good. He's a good fighter, man. Don't get me wrong. He's one of the best in the world, but I just think that Canelo's experience and the weight that they're gonna be fighting at is gonna, you know, be a toll.
That is a hot take, JoJo, because everybody I talk to, a lot of people seem to be leaning towards Crawford these days. But even if they were picking Canelo, I haven't heard it quite as emphatic as you. Your trainer's sitting there. What do you think, Paulie?
I don't know about knockout, but I mean, it could happen, but um, I think Canelo should pull it out by decision. I mean, he's a bigger guy. He's gonna go to the body. I don't know how well Crawford will respond to that. I mean, I'm sure, he's. I mean, I know he'll pull a rabbit out of his hat and do what he needs to do. But I just think that Canelo will be a little bit too big, and I feel by decision with Canelo.
Wow. Okay. Interesting. So, and we're going to wrap up here, Jojo. If you get through Regis, or when you get through Regis on Saturday, do you have other potential guys? Like, are you already looking towards, like, I want to get in the ring with this guy, or like your next two or three guys? I'm assuming you want to fight for a title here pretty soon.
Oh yeah, I mean, I'm gonna deal with that after the fight, though, man. After the fight, that's when we'll sit down with Golden Boy again, me and my team, and we'll talk business.
Okay. Okay. What should we expect Saturday night in Chicago, the Windy City, against Regis Prograis, who comes to fight, as you know. That's a hell of a matchup right there.
Oh,
Um,
fireworks, man, fireworks! You guys expect fireworks, man. I'm like I said, I'm back. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling happy, and I'm just ready to go out there and show out and perform for my fans.
and Polly, any final words? Just what the experience has been like so far with JoJo?
It's been a good experience. I mean, I like he listens. He respects what I say as far as my advice, and I just feel that his head's in the game. That's the main thing. Is his head is focused. His mind he's focused on the fight, and I feel that we're gonna pull an upset.
There you go, JoJo. I'll give you the last word. Um, Maybe people hadn't seen you in a while out there. Now you've moved, growing your hair out, everything. Just got done working out. How can people find you? Social media, what have you?
Yeah, on social media, you guys can find me on Instagram, Joseph Diaz Jr., on Twitter, Joseph Diaz Jr. as well, and that's about it. Yeah.
All right, you heard it here. JoJo Diaz teaming up with a Fort Worth legend in Fort Worth, Texas. Got a big fight coming up on the zone August 2nd in Chicago on the undercard of Kenneth Sims, Oscar Duarte. Man, I'm so glad we got to do this, and good luck on Saturday.
Thank you, brother. God bless you.
You too.